The gathering process for electronic statements is very similar to the process of gathering paper statements. To gather electronic patient statements, click the Patient Billing tab, and then in the Patient Billing screen, you can enter or select a billing date, click the Electronic Statement Radio button and select Standard Format, and then select the practice or practices that you want to gather statements for. Prior to actually gathering and sending the patient statements, there are a few additional options you can configure. First, you can enter a batch name if you would like the batch you are about to create named something different than the system's standard naming convention. You can then check the Preview Patients option. If this option is selected, the system will produce a list of patients to be billed in the batch, and you can uncheck those patients whom you do not want to be billed in this batch. You can then click the Advanced Selections button to configure a number of additional options when collecting a patient billing batch. Here, you can select only statements for a specific provider, a patient last name range, a specified case type, a specific range of charges, enter date, service date, days elapsed from first bill date or service date, charge balance, and/or current charge dunning, a billing statement total or billing statement dunning, and whether or not to exclude previously applied billing fees and finance charges. After the applicable options have been selected, click the OK button. The last option that you can choose to select is the Send Now option. When this option is selected, the system will automatically send the batch of statements after the finalization process is complete. When all the applicable options have been selected and configured, click the Start Now button. You can click the OK button when the Patient Billing has completed message appears. If you selected the Preview Patients option, the system will collect the applicable patient statements and the Statement Summary dialog will appear listing the patients in the batch. In this dialog, you have the option to print this list, save batch for later, and to finish, create statements. Click the Print This List button to print a hard copy listing of the patients that are currently in the batch. This is typically used in conjunction with the Save Batch for Later option, which allows you to create a working batch to be sent later, thereby offering you time to track down and determine which patients you want to exclude from the patient batch. All working batches must be finalized via the Resend Electronic Batch tab before they can be sent. To send the batch immediately, uncheck any patients you want to exclude from the patient statement batch, and then click the Finish Create Statements button. The system will now create the patient statement batch with only those selected patients. Connect to STI and transfer the patient statement batch. You can click the OK button when the Patient Billing has completed message appears. A to-do list message will appear shortly, indicating the status of the EPS upload. You can open this message to view the details. You will receive an email confirmation indicating that your batch has been processed within 24 hours of sending the file.